I watch those police shootings daily, and I'm always shocked at how
he really does, Ed. He watches so many people die.
Shout out Police Activity Channel, best in the business.
Most of our pre-shows start with Kyle telling us about someone he saw die that day.
Yeah.
He sends me so many like South American carnival accidents and like cops killing people.
They're on the swings.
Yeah. I saw like he sent me a video.
Every person is hitting the truck. Bam, bam.
He sent me a video of what was clearly like a fucking Honduran festival with one of those like spinny chair things. I didn't even open it because I'm like, this isn't going to be generative. This isn't going to bring me mirth or joy. It's just going to be sad. I don't want to watch people get hurt.
Zach, find that video of the South American carnival. It's the spinny chair thing.
Oh my goodness, man!
It's the swings, and
you about to put this on the internet under your account,
and they're bashing into this truck over and over and over. They're fine. I mean, I get their MRI results.
I didn't watch the video, and there's no way they're fine.
It's a great fucking video.
If they were fine, you wouldn't have said the video.
He's got no answer for that.
Yeah,
I'm watching it right now.
What kind of Google alerts do you have active, Kyle? I mean,
oh my God,
I don't like that stuff. I don't like being
trailer
pandered
there?
to by mass media, by Big Doo-Doo and their partners. Yeah, but the Police Activity Channel, I watch that shit all the time, every day. I've seen every video they've ever put out, and I watch on a daily basis. Let's see what they got. Usually 2 to 4 videos, good shit. And some of them are 2 minutes long. I saw one. This is the creme de la creme. All right. You got 3 cops in a hotel room. Guess who's coming to the door? 67-year-old pedophile trying to buy 2 little kitties. All right. He's coming in there to pay a mother to have sex with like a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old. It's Officer Davidson and the Minneapolis Police Department.
There were no children in real life. He's been
Fuck
fooled.
no. There's 3 cops in the room waiting.
Okay.
So he comes to the door and knock, knock, knock. They open the door and they goes, "Hey there, Dave. It's Officer Morgan and that's when the guy pulls his gun out. He's got like a 19 pedophile pulls his pistol out and he gets it to right about here. And I've watched this video like 12 times. I think he was going to shoot himself. I think he was like, he had basically took his net worth. I think he was taking his net worth and he was putting it on black. And either we get them 2 kids we've been looking for, or we lights out this motherfucker. But it's binary. You know, it's either going to be the best day or the end. I think that's what he wanted to do.
We have different definitions of best day.
His best day.
This guy's a pedophile. I mean?
Yeah. Trust me, a pedophile's best day is a 7 and 11-year-old in the month.
3-way. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was on the way to that motel. He had that Christmas morning feeling.
Yes. Yes. He didn't sleep the night before. He's hyped up. So
but you're right.
Cop,
he was going to shoot
Cop
himself.
reaches out with his left and grabs the muzzle of the gun, the barrel. He's got it now. And all 3 cops spill out, one to the left, one to the right, and one still on the guy. And we unload on this motherfucker until they got to blur out the gore. And he's just dead as a doornail.
Yeah, this guy his corpse was on the ground, and they still pumped another 11, 13 in there.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Safe than sorry. One of the cops got shot.
Pedophiles are notoriously resilient.
Well, I think one of the cops,
67-year-olds.
Really
it takes a lot to bring them down.
It takes a lot.
He's absorbing the bullets.
Literally.
Yeah, one of the cops took one in the ankle, I think, and it's definitely friendly fire. I see but what I was going to say is like so many of them, they're like, we're just shooting. It's like kids with guns. It's like paintball. It reminds me of paintball when cops have to like really shoot their guns most of the time. Now, sometimes you see like I saw a cop with an AR-15 and it's like active shooter is over there 100 yards away with a gun looking for people to kill in the street. And this cop goes, subject down. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Like that was cool. But then sometimes it's just Johnny Glock and he's just blanging away. Sometimes he's one-handed while screaming, stop, stop, stop. And it's, come on, guys.
In the middle is my most favorite kind of video, right? It's a shooting, and it was a shop, not an indoor shopping mall, but like an outdoor shopping mall, like many connected strip malls. Picture like the sidewalks being made of
Tanger Outlet,
maybe a fountain. Okay, I don't know what that is.
An outlet mall.
Okay. So anyway, there's an active shooter, right? And this guy goes out, he gets his AR from the trunk, and then he like chambers around. And I can, not that I'm some sort of expert, but by the way he chambers the round, I'm like, oh, this guy is competent, right? This guy has chambered rounds thousands of times before. He's the guy for this job. Now, Kyle mentioned, you go up, shoot, subject down, nothing to it. What impresses me is the extended bravery. He hears some shots, he goes to it, right? He sees everyone screaming and running, kids scared. This guy's going to it, right? People are giving him clues along the way. He's past the fountain, right? The cop isn't like, oh no, I'm getting close. The cop is like, oh good, I'm getting close. And then he sees the shooter. Now, I have a bad view through a GoPro or whatever, but in my head, I need to make double dog triple sure that this is the shooter. He's like, that's the guy. Boom, subject down. And I'm like, holy shit, right? So this guy expressed to me, most situations in life that require bravery require 2 or 3 seconds of bravery. Cliff jumping takes 1 second of bravery. And now you've done it. This took like 30, 60 seconds of bravery, and that's a lot. And this guy didn't hesitate. The guy, remember that good shooter, not the Uvalde one, but it was shortly afterwards.
Yeah, when they got the transsexual shooter in the elementary school that shot the 6-year-old girl.
It's a very similar thing. He opens the trunk, he gets his gun, and I instantly recognize by the way he handles it how competent he is. There's a coward outside the door, and he's like, follow me. Right now, that guy's got courage. We have brought enough courage for a spare. He has a tail coming with him, and as he goes through the hallways, he's just clearing it, checking it. I know nothing about this, but he seems competent, like he knows what he's doing, how to clear a room. And again, same sort of thing. As he's getting closer, there's like teachers or maybe kids. I'm sure found bodies, and he knows, like, every time they're like, he's that way, they're upstairs. He's like, good to know, I'm on it. And never a moment of hesitancy or self-doubt or wasted time. I don't expect him to run. I expect them to move smartly and smoothly towards the problem, right?
God,
I played enough shooters. Running gets you killed, right? He needs to be smart as he heads towards the actual shooter, and then he sees him, and he's done. And then some other guy comes along and like glory kills the body. But
we lit that person up.
But that is the most impressive thing to me, right? To be brave for 3 seconds is great. To be cowardly for 45 minutes, Uvalde, not so great. But the extended period of bravery that it takes to clear a school or an outlet mall, that's my top. That's where I get impressed.
Yeah, you see a great mix on that channel. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels.
Yeah, right. Sometimes there's acorns.
Yeah, do you know that one, Ed, about the acorn incident? So basically, there's yeah, acorn hit the car and the cop goes like Tango and Cash and starts shooting. I'm hit. Like
shoots like 34 rounds into his car. Right, he's got his partner shooting into the car. Now I don't blame her. She was following his intel, and he said he was hit. He was not hit. An acorn fell on the top of the car and he just went ballistic.
And meanwhile, that poor suspect or whatever is in the car, probably on like child support nonsense or some petty shit. Like, he's not a big deal. I
didn't realize the car had someone in it.
That's why they were shooting the car. He thinks the suspect is in the car shooting at him while handcuffed behind his back.
Okay. Yeah. All right, well then it's justified. I take it back.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, and I've definitely seen. I hate to say it, but it's usually the lady cops. I saw that one lady cop torture that poor black man. She's getting in so much trouble.
Torture.
Yeah. She's just like torturing him on the hood, like he's bent over the hood and he's crying and screaming, and she's like, "Yeah, you like that, you son bitch? You like that? Don't you talk back to me?" She's like shocking him, torturing him on the hood while the other cop watches. Wow. There's a big lawsuit going on that one. And her accent, I was like, "Ooh, don't use that accent, you son of a bitch."
She's got some Confederate flags at home.
Oh, she's got she definitely has some Confederate flags at home. Yeah. She's from down here. I saw a video today. I know it's probably time to wrap. The guy clearly was being followed home from a road rage incident to his own domicile, and his cameras are capturing this. He pulls into his nice little driveway and he gets out with his handgun. And sure enough, and he's in a Corvette, by the way, like not the newest body style, but the one just previous. Nice fucking car. And you don't see who's approaching, but he's looking at somebody over there, and out of nowhere, here comes like a truck or an SUV, slams into the side of the Corvette so hard it throws our shooter over the car. Our shooter is half on the hood and half on the ground on the other side when he opens fire. And he doesn't stop until he gets the guy. It was a wild video. I don't know why in a road rage incident you go home. Like you probably wouldn't want to lead them back to your home. Maybe somebody else.
How long was he out of the car? Did he have the option to get in the house instead?
He'd have had to sprint it.
Oh, okay.
It, and I think it. He's got his gun, so he's probably
seemed like that was his plan. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, clearly some shit had gone down on the road, because like this guy's followed him home and he's getting his gun out right away. I saw a Russian guy jump off a building yesterday with a homemade parachute.
How'd that go?
Exactly how you think it went.
I don't think it went too well.
Well, what did the homemade parachute look like? Like cardboard?
Was it a circle with a hole in the middle? I hope
it was the size of a trash bag. He had it in one hand.
Oh, you watched someone kill himself?
Yeah,
and kind of have a fun time with.
No, dude, he had his friends with him, and he was like, "Record this." I think it was in Russia, but I think he was a Brit because he had. Yeah, that's it. And there's people recording on the ground too, and they're like, splat, like. It didn't just not open. It those old black and white early aircraft attempts. There's the one that's a parachute that bounces up and down, and there's one that looks like a Da Vinci contraption. Those worked way better than what this guy had because he just fell. He just fell off a 14-story building and died. It was rough. I don't know if you ever seen anybody fall. You ever seen anybody impact the ground from falling like real high and die?
I've watched 9/11 footage,
but you've seen
mostly from the top.
It's loud. It's loud when they hit. It's really loud. And not even from that far. Like they fall from like 100 feet up. It's this boom when a person hits. It gives you a sense of like, oh yeah, you just don't survive at a certain point because there's not much of you left.
Yeah, Peggy Hill did, but
well, that's
take that, Kyle.
Take that, idiot.
There's been skydivers who survived their falls, like into fields or into trees and stuff like that. I think there was a lady whose plane went down over maybe the Amazon or some jungle, and her seat was flying free, and she survived. She had like a severe leg injury, maybe a hip injury or something, but she walked out of the fucking jungle.
I'm aware that water is like concrete if you hit it fast
enough,
right? And the reason I didn't understand until not long ago is that the water has to get out of the way for you to pierce it, and it can only get out of the way so fast. And
the surface tension as well.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
You'll see guys,
sure you're right, but yeah,
you'll often see guys who are about to do a bridge jump, throw a rock in, and get the water moving down there, so it's not this perfectly still surface.
That's
tension.
not for surface tension, though.
I claim it is.
I claim that is so that you can tell the difference. It's actually really hard to know how far from the water you are. So if you drop a rock or in like diving events, they have a little spray, and it makes it so that the water has ripples, and now you know how far from the water. I
need to ask a rock jumping Giga Chad. He'd know.
That's why that in high diving they have spouts of water that splash. But for practicing high diving, they have bursts of bubbles that go underneath the water and break the surface to avoid surface tension. So both are
okay.
Aerated water.
But
you ever seen anybody jump into aerated water?
You're falling out of a plane. They tell you water's like concrete. Is it? I'd pick it over concrete. Like, how bad is water? What if you turn into your best torpedo, right? Toes pointed, fingers sideways. Like,
what if I like spit when I'm close? Like, break the tension.
At the very end, jump.
He survived because he peed the whole way down.
Water's definitely better than concrete. Because I've seen people do really high cliff jumping before. Zach, what's the world's record cliff jump? I'm curious.
Higher than the world record
I've jumped from 60 or 70. I've jumped from bridges where there are markings that tell you how high the thing is. Does that make sense? Like, so that sailboats know what their clearance is?
Certainly, yeah.
So I'm not guessing. I can tell you it was 68 feet. I'm acting like I don't know. And I've jumped from that. Where's terminal velocity? How far is that from? I don't know.
You were not at terminal velocity. Terminal velocity is like 150 miles per hour for a human body.
I think more if you're fatter, right? If you're bigger,
meters
smaller. You want to be aerodynamic. You don't want some big sail up there.
58.8 meters. Well, that's
why you like make yourself. You can go faster when you're skydiving by making yourself small, or like making yourself big.
It's probably like 190 feet, maybe, is the record.
That's wind resistance, not
point?
terminal velocity, right?
Well,
is terminal velocity the same regardless
by
of mass? Am I crazy?
I don't know. I'm wheeling and dealing here. I have no idea.
Yeah. I think terminal velocity is the
regardless
same.
of mass, but not regardless of drag. So shape matters a lot.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So fat people go slower.
Yes.
That's what Ed's saying.
That's what I'm saying too. Yep.
Bit safer. No, that's what Ed's saying.
I think I was reading when Kyle said it. I was distracted. I didn't mean to discredit you.
Ed's so right on this.
Yeah, Ed's got a good point.
Yeah.
I heard that point before, but it's so dumb. Whoever said it.
You got to trust the source, you know.
Yeah. Trust the science for that.